Hey, have you ever wondered what you can do with buttons in Notion? You can not only create pages, but also edit and open them, making generating new blocks of content much easier. So let's have a look at this incredibly powerful feature together. Okay, so let's start with buttons. You might notice that the lighting is different and I'm in new clothes. That's because when it comes to this business, I've been procrastinating a little and I started the intro and I haven't gotten around to getting back to this now, but now I'm going to be fully focused. I'm going to be trying to upload videos every week, so tune in every Wednesday for a new video. So today we're talking about buttons and we're going to go hop right into my laptop and I'll show you some things. So the first thing to know is how to actually get a button into your workspace, how to get the block there. The first and fastest way is to just type slash and then look for button and enter, and then you have a button. Okay, so now a few things popped up. So the first thing is you see different options for different steps. So the first step can either be insert block, add page to, edit pages in, show confirmation, or open page. So we'll start with insert blocks. When we press on this, then it'll start inserting blocks below our button. So our button is a single block, and then below it'll generate blocks for us. And now we can use this like just like a normal block. So we can say, for example, we'll put a heading 1 here and then call it meeting notes. Let's say, you use this every time you have a meeting at work or in school or something. And then we'll just add some, maybe like a quote with links, and then a link to a different page like the task manager, and then we'll just add just a divider and a basic bullet list. So this is just a random example for different blocks that you can create. And now when you're done, you just name the button new meeting, for example, whatever you want to. You can add an icon. We'll just add a little bit of a meeting thing here. Let's see if we can find something. Sure, we'll add a handshake there, and then done. Now whenever you press the button new meeting, then this will pop up, and now you can use it as much as you want to generate blocks, which then you can edit just like normal blocks. Okay, so that's the first one, generating blocks. But by far the most powerful use for buttons is the ability to add database items. So we'll create a database, just an inline database, and we'll call it sales, for example. Let's just say we're selling things, and then we'll just add a price property to that, change the number format to euro. I am from Europe after all. Okay, so then we will create a new button. Actually, we'll close this one. Just add a button, and this time we're going to add page 2, and then we'll select our database sales, and then now we can create new database items. So we will call this one, for example, we'll call the button add new shoe sale. So let's say we're selling shoes. That's one of our main products. So we'll call it shoe Air Jordans, for example. I don't know. And then we're going to edit another property, the price, and let's say the price is always 99.90 euros. And then we can go here and add that there, and that means actually we'll also add a nice little shoe emoji. There we go. And then I'll just add a divider here that we see we're doing a different thing now. And there, now we press on done, and now we can delete these and go add new shoe sale, and we sold some Air Jordans for 99 euros, and it's all in the database with one click. And that's the beauty of buttons. You don't have to go in manually type in shoe and then go to the tags and then to go to the price. No, you can just have one button and it'll fill in all the data for you. And this is an extremely powerful tool, and I wanted to show you an example of what I use this for. And in the task manager, I use a button to add new tasks, and it automatically assigns a default priority and status, and also the due date, which is assigned to us today, which can be changed here. Now all you have to fill in is the area and add a title, and then you have a new task. We'll just say this is personal, due today, and then you see it right here, you see it right here, and you see it in your calendar. So it just makes the whole keeping track of tasks so much easier and so much quicker. It's just a great feature to have. So we'll navigate back to our buttons database or buttons page and add a new one. And now we can edit pages. So we can say, for example, now let's go here and we'll add a sale date, for example. So with this date, now we can say with this new buttons, we can say add sale date, for example. We'll go to the emoji and pick the calendar again. For example, this one, there we go. And then edit pages in sales. And now it'll ask us which pages we want to edit, and we will, for example, just say we want to edit every Jordan shoe, and then we were going to go into the date and add today's date as the sale date. We'll press on done, and then that will add today's date to every Jordan, for example. And then other things you can add are show a confirmation. So if you add that, then it'll give us default sentence which can be changed. So then it'll ask us, are you sure you want to continue? And then you can continue, and it'll do the same thing. And then the last option is open page. So if you just add that, then you can open any page in your database. Now we can add another step, open the page and say new page added, which is the page we just created, done, and then we can add a new shoe cell, and it opens the page for us, and now we see we have two. So that's the basics of buttons. So then a real world example of how I've used these buttons before would be, for example, my time tracking. Okay, so when I press this button, look what happens. We get a new time slot added to the database, as well as our start time, a description which we can edit, and the person who clicked the button is the person who appears here, so this can be used for Teams as well. Now, just for demonstration purposes, we'll say we started at 5:19, because then when we stop working, now it's 6:19, it's 6:20 already actually, we press stop working, it fills in the end time and automatically works out our work time, which is just really useful. And then in the project, we further had a different database which calculated hourly rates for every freelancer. So that's just an example of the crazy things you can do with Notion buttons and databases. These tools can be used and combined in certain ways to create powerful databases which can track all of the data you need for your business, for your personal life, and for work, as well as education. So really the limits are endless, and just let your creativity flow with the buttons, and write in the comments what you use buttons for, and I'll see you next Wednesday. I hope you liked the video. If you did, then just drop a like. If you're interested in Notion content, in tutorials, in updates, in just generally anything about Notion, then just consider subscribing. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week then. Bye.